Hey Bulldogs, let's see what's happening this week on Code Blue News. Lauren talks about the upcoming junior-senior prom, and George is back with another Don't Harsh My Mellow. Now please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance in a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you. Hey Bulldogs, welcome back to Code Blue News Season 3. I'm here with Matthew Messina, 3 feet apart. Attention all seniors, make sure to check your senior Google Classroom for all updates regarding Senior Week and prom.
Last week, Governor Baker held a press conference addressing some new Massachusetts COVID protocols.
Effective May 29th, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts will lift all industry COVID restrictions and capacity limits. Effective May 29th, the face covering order will also be rescinded and will be replaced by the Center for Disease Control and Prevention's new guidance for vaccinated and unvaccinated people.
As an immediate step effective tomorrow, May 18th, the youth and amateur sports guidance will be updated to no longer require face coverings for youth athletes under 18 while playing outdoor sports.
Effective May 29th, face coverings will continue to be required for both vaccinated and unvaccinated individuals at all times in the following locations: on public and private transportation, including on the MBTA, commuter rail, buses, ferries, and airplanes, and in ride shares, taxis, and livery vehicles. Face coverings are also required at all times in transportation hubs, including train stations, bus stops, and airports. The requirement applies to riders and employees. Inside K-12 public schools, and is otherwise required by the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education. The requirement applies to students, teachers, and staff.
The softball team picked up a great win Wednesday against South Shore Christian, 32-5, and lost an extremely close game against Norfolk Aggie, 7-8 yesterday. The baseball team also picked up a win on Monday against Bristol Aggie, 8-4. They suffered a tough loss against Norfolk Aggie, 8-10 yesterday.
HMHS prom was canceled up until this week. On Monday, Superintendent Hamilton and company announced that prom is back on for June 2nd. Cbn reporter Lauren Gideon is here with her first segment with more on the story. Recently, there has been an announcement that the junior-senior prom is back on for this year. Students weren't expecting to have prom this year due to the coronavirus pandemic and the restrictions that have been implemented at our school.
Well, I'm very excited to have a prom. That's all I've ever wanted from this school. We all got royally screwed out of an 11th grade prom, and I actually didn't expect a senior prom. I'm so glad we're getting it, and I don't care what anyone says. It's only in 2 weeks, but better late than never.
I think that it's good, so like the juniors and the seniors could have prom, but I think it's kind of like bad because it's like so late notice and it's like less than a month, so yeah.
Personally, I'm going to be perfectly fine. I'm going to pull up in my red tux, but I completely understand if people don't have a dress and just don't want to go. People are not mentally ready for a prom. People don't have the money. And I think that a good amount of people just aren't going to go, but they will regret it, so go.
Overall, many students are excited that we will finally have the opportunity to do so.
I just like to see everybody dancing and getting lit.
All I want to see is a prom king and a prom queen for the juniors and seniors because both of our grades got equally screwed. I think we both deserve that. So that would be 4 kings and queens, 2 of each.
This has been Lauren Gideon reporting with Code Blue News. Back to you in the studio. Thanks, Lauren.
Isn't it weird that me, Lauren, and Dallas all made our first segments about prom?
That's a useless fact if I've ever heard one.
In international news, a ceasefire between Israel and Palestine has been announced. The announcement comes 11 days after deadly violence and heavy pressure from global leaders for de-escalation.
In local news, town meetings have been held for the past 2 days in which Holbrook voted on and passed 2 different articles. One article declares Juneteenth as a holiday in the town, and the other renames the Board of Selectmen to Select Board. Now to finish up the show, let's go to another installment of Don't Harsh My Mellow with George Starr.
Yo, it's me, the obvious best member of Code Blue, back with another segment, which is mediocre at best. It's not better than Recite Hits the Block, but it's better than trivia. We're just gonna jump right in. The elephant in the room. No, it's not me. Prom. That is, of course, the status if it wasn't changed again. When schools opened back up, the Department of Education advised that schools don't have prom. Holbrook followed this to try and keep us safe. Holbrook saw the cool schools having prom and decided, why not us? Watch, it costs like $50. I work at Trukey's, I ain't Jeff Bezos. If it's more than $20, party's at my house. Next up are reusable bags that are so dirty. Like, I can handle some disgusting things, but the stench and stuff that's in some people's bags is too much. Next is the most personal I will get with an opinion. And no, it's not political, nor will it ever be, because that stuff is smelly. Your favorite breakfast. If it's pancakes, you have no class. Like when your favorite show is Friends or The Office, or you don't try any new foods. Like, come on Caleb, try some sweet and sour sauce. It's pretty good, especially on your nuggets. Pancakes are like if they stripped the best parts from French toast and waffles. Don't get me wrong, pancakes are good sometimes, especially with chalky chips, but French toast is 99% of the time a godsend. And waffles slap harder than Mr. Gorman when he found out I say potty talk on my segments. So I don't get the best teacher fired. Mr. Gorman has never attempted to, or harm, any of his students, including me, no matter how much I harsh his mellow. See what I did there, guys?
You're not funny.
We got to backtrack a little bit, not too far back, but we're gonna go back last week when I said you can get rid of Netflix. This has changed due to Love, Death, and Robots having a second volume now. I can't really talk about it because it's not like Cocomelon where infants like me can watch it. You could say it's for those super cool kids. Watch both volumes and then you can get rid of Netflix. Can't believe we haven't had a Kevin Eats, like, all of this year. Like, that's so... Kevin?
Oreo.
How long have you been here, Kevin?
I must ingest.
How long has he been here? Are they good? Are they bussin'? That's good.
They bust respectfully.
Like, I don't know how safe I feel after finding out he was behind me all this time. Like, I couldn't hear it. I woke up in the middle of the night the other night thinking somebody was watching me. Oh my, Kevin, were you watching me in the middle of the night? Kevin, do you watch me while I sleep?
Welcome back to Kevin Eats. Oreo.
Can I have one?
You can have this hat that doesn't have frosting on
Thank you.
it. Oreo. Hey, good.
I kind of like the cookie part more.
That's because you're a loser.
Does Mr. Gorman want some Oreos?
There's only 2 left. The cookie part's a 5, but the cream is a 7.
Thanks, George. I never get sick of those trivia jokes. That wraps up this week's show. I'm Matthew Messina.
And I'm Brianna Graziano. See you next Friday.